Good morning, everybody. Give me a second. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Let me launch a poll first. I see there's a lot of familiar face, but I also see there's some people joining us for the first time. So please help me fill out this poll to see that if today is your first time joining this currency call. So welcome to today's webinar. As people are streaming in, so I'll tell you a bit more about what we do. So we have a daily webinar where Jin will be walking you through his thoughts and ideas for specific currency for each day. So Monday will be on Aussie and Kiwi. That's yesterday. Today will be on Euro. Tomorrow will be on Pound. Thursday will be on the Yen and Gold, and Friday will be on the CAD and Oil. So let me see this poll. And okay, welcome. I have one person here that's first time attending here. So today is Tuesday. June will be speaking about the euro. So this webinar is going to be very beneficial for long-term traders and short-term investors. So during this session, June will be going through like what could the price move and possible trade ideas, highlighting potential targets and risks. So very importantly, I have to say this disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be trade recommendation. It's solely the opinions and the view of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So I'm Kenneth here. I've known Jin about 4 years now. So first as a student, then after I became a LCMS coach, and now a business partner in Forex Briefcase. So Jin runs LCMS and Forex Briefcase, a trading coach and $1 million trader. So what it means that he trades and also been invited to a lot of many stages globally. So in fact that many of you all are here is because you have got to listen to his speech or maybe has attended his course previously. So let me launch this poll to see how did your okay. I got two newcomer here, so I'll like welcome you. So let me help me fill up this poll before I hand it over to Jin to see which of the channel that you are coming in from. So without further ado, while you are filling this form, let me hand it over to Jin and to talk about today's euro.
All right. Thanks, Kenneth. Today is Euro. The Euro has been, moving quite a bit as with everything else. So just before we get started, how's everyone today? I only see Robbie's face there, looking fresh and good to go. All right, so how's everyone else? Give me a big thumbs up if you're present. If you're there, a couple of thumbs going up. All right, awesome. We are also on live on Facebook, right? So in Forex Trading Asia, if you get the chance, get into Forex Trading Asia on Facebook. Click like, click share, click something. Get us sharing out this is live currency call. Every day we go through the different currency pairs. So I see that most of you guys are all in Traders Club, a couple from Telegram and also the emails. So that's fantastic. Let's get started. Today is going to be quite short and sharp because we're only looking at the euro and the euro pound. Okay, so let me just move this aside. All right. The euro. Right, the euro last week it tried to break above. It was trying to break above the 1.1170 level. I was anticipating that we could see it come back down. It didn't. That resistance turn support level held at 1.1170. So it bounced off quite strongly. Tested this 1.14 resistance area. So not exactly at that line, but in that region it tested before coming back down. Looking at the price action and looking at the recent moves, we have seen the euro stall, the upward move in the euro stall for over the past couple of days. So what is likely to happen here? Remember, this is on a daily time frame. So what's likely to happen here is, it probably will sit there for a little bit more. It probably will sit there for a little bit more before possibly coming back down again. All right, so it probably will sit there for a little bit more before possibly coming back down. Why I think we covered that in a bit more detail yesterday, talking about the FOMC happening on Thursday morning Singapore time. So with that, we anticipate that we could see the prices move across, waiting to see what's going to happen in the US, in the FOMC regarding the rates, regarding further stimulus, regarding possible downside, possible negative rates coming from the US, or what the FOMC has in terms of applying changes to the market. One spanner that has thrown up is the pretty good employment numbers coming through last Friday from the non-farm payrolls. What they have said is that they're likely to, although those were good numbers, it probably hasn't changed the course of the Fed too much, because there's only one number in the overall scheme of things. So I do anticipate that we could see it move across a little bit before coming down. Also another reason is that we're looking at possible opening up in the US economy as well. You know, as people get out of their houses, go back to work, we could see a little bit more optimism coming through in the US and reflecting into the US dollar. So that's on the daily time frame. On the H4, you know, it has been sitting in that range. I know one of the guys put it in the Traders Club that there was a possible straddle there. Possible straddle, but I think that we might have to see it stretch on a little bit more before it's going to look a lot more interesting. At this level, you get a chance to keep your stops very tight, but also the upside or the downside is going to be slightly limited. How I look at it is, if it does, you know, in that straddle, if it breaks above 1.1318, you know, you have that 80-90 pips upwards, but your stops could be about 45. So you're still looking at a risk reward of 1 to 2. Looking at the downside, you know, I still could be looking at a bit of a 40-50 pip stop loss for a possible 80 pip take profit. So you're looking at a slightly positive, just marginally positive risk reward ratio on the downside. So with that, you know, that straddle is possibly in play. However, it's not going to be a massive move. It's not likely to be a massive move. I think it's going to be limited by the resistance of 1.1424 and the support of 1.1170. All right, so quite straightforward for the Euro US. Those two levels, it's sitting right in the middle of those two levels right now. Possibly not going to move a lot today, forming up for tomorrow night / Thursday morning's move. So we could see a little bit of a move, but not significant over the next couple of days. All right. Looking at, that was the Euro US. Looking at the Euro Pound, there's a lot of lines here on the Euro Pound. That was because of the straddle that we were looking at. If I were to take away a few lines right now, because that straddle is no longer in play, it's gone out of it already. That's on the daily time frame. What we see on the daily time frame is quite a wide range between 0.9 and 0.88, right? So that range of about 100 pips has been moving across since it got into that range since the mid of May. All right, so since the mid of May, it's really moved in that 100 pip range for the Euro Pound, with no real clear direction at this point. Looking at it on the H4 time frame, it seems to have broken the 0.8888 level. However, I would urge a bit of caution at this point, because it seems like it's broken, but it actually seems more like it's testing that support level. So if I were to take this line away, I would say that I'll move that slightly lower. I'll say that it needs to break quite strongly below this point before we could see any further downside. What I do believe is likely to happen for the euro pound is that it's possibly going to bounce up from this point, right? It's probably going to sit there, bounce up from this point on Thursday or even slightly later. So what I see here is actually quite a good trade possibility where you might have a 40-50 pip stop for a possible 100 pip take. So take profit. So you're risking again 1 to 2 risk to reward. This could be, it's not a two-sided play, it's a one-sided upside move to the upside. So 50 pips stop loss for a possible 100 pip take profit, but it does need to go up and close above the 0.8900 level. So if it goes above that point, you got that 40 pip to a possible 100 pip take profit. Okay. Any questions so far? No questions. All good. All right. Okay. So with that, we look at the possible triggers of what could move the euro. What will move the euro across and down further, and also what could move the euro pound upwards. All right. So remember, when you're trading the euro pound, you not only want to look at just the euro US dollar, you want to look at what's going to happen or what could happen to the pound as well, the pound US dollar. Why? Is because the euro pound is a cross pair, which means that the euro has a impact on the euro pound and the pound as well. So tomorrow I will actually be talking about, tomorrow at 11 o'clock, I'll also be talking about the pound, and then we'll do a check back on the euro pound tomorrow. So make sure you turn into tomorrow to make sure you get the full picture of what could happen on the euro pound. All right. I see that most of you are already on LCMS Traders Club. So for those of you who are not yet on, go search us, look for us on Facebook, LCMS Traders Club. Click join. It is $49 a month to join, or $199 a year. So at $199 a year, it's less than $1 a day to join. Let me just see what's happening there. All right. So what we get here is that we have all the news, we have all the information, we have potential strategy there, the one I was just talking about. We do a bit more analysis in that over there. Tomorrow we have a coaching call on Wednesday night. So on Wednesday nights we have coaching calls. Daniel and Jonathan will be talking with you and guiding you through how to use the stochastic oscillator indicators. So we'll be coaching you on that. Just last night, we had a very good session talking about building wealth in property as well. So, a lot of information we share for the Traders Club members here. This was what I was talking about last night. We were doing that. Those of you who are on the Telegram channel, we fire out the signals, the trade signals first in the LCMS Traders Club. We tell you what to buy or sell, the price, the stop loss, or take profit levels. It comes out first in the Traders Club, then into the Telegram channel. And not just that, we also tell you the logic, the sequence, the system, the steps and strategy behind every signal. Why are we getting into the trades? The employment numbers, the fundamental reasons, the technical reasons behind every trade, why we're getting into it, whether to get out at which take profit levels, or whether it's hit a stop loss, whether to hold to take profit levels 2, 3, or to get out at take profit level 1 or 2, right? And all my analysis there on a daily basis is being shared. You can click on all the tabs on the side to get all the videos, for example, of previous sessions. So if you've just joined us, new members, I know we've got a couple of new members here as well. you just joined us, make sure you check back on all the previous videos that you might have missed before you join. So you can, the whole library of information is there. Make sure you check back on that. We also have the, where is it? Weekly calls. So where every Monday we do a call. I teach you how to trade a straddle. Straddle strategies are there. We do a review of the markets. We do coaching analysis for individuals during those sessions as well. So make sure you check back on all the videos. If you join at any point in time, you're not, you only get more information, right? So make sure you click join on the LCMS Traders Club. Getting into the news, today, we have some Swiss unemployment numbers coming through, Euro trade balance. These are economic numbers being released, but I don't actually feel that it's going to move the market quite as much, right? The big number movers will possibly come tomorrow, where we're going to see the US CPI numbers come out. So inflation numbers coming out from the US tomorrow night, 8:30, was minus 0.8, expected to be flat at 0. So inflation normally follows after a possible recessionary scare as well. So we could see it recover a little bit. So with that slight recovery, we could see, this is one of the reasons why I'm anticipating a little bit of a improvement or optimism in the US dollar. Also following that Wednesday evening CPI numbers, we also have the FOMC statements, the FOMC rates, projections, and also the press conference on Thursday morning, 2 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. Singapore time. All right, so that's possibly the one that's going to move markets quite significantly across the board, because it is a US dollar information economic number being released. Okay, for Traders Club members, please take note, I will be doing a video in the Traders Club for you guys on how to prepare for the news on Thursday morning, and also any possible trade ideas that I see coming up for specifically for that trade, for that news release. Okay, so keep note of that video coming out possibly on Wednesday night, because I need to let the whole market play out before we get the video out to you. All right, so I have had that much to share. JJ, sorry you're late in. Can I have a recap of Euro Pound? JJ, it is recorded. Watch it on YouTube, but I'll be nice. I'll share with you what I think about Euro Pound. So for the sake of JJ, and also because I'm feeling nice and generous today, Euro Pound support level at 0.8880. Could go down, but I do feel that we could see a bit more upside on the Euro Pound, bouncing off this support level with a possible 40 pip stop and a possible 100 pip take profit. Looking at it more heading to the upside. One other thing you need to consider when looking at the Euro Pound is also the Pound US dollar, which I will be sharing more about tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So while I talk about a pound tomorrow, I will also check back onto the Euro Pound to see how this setup develops and whether we can see that further upside as well. All right, so I hope that helps you, JJ. Any other questions? Oops, my light just went out. All right, so if not, I thank you all for your time, and we will catch up with you again shortly. I think I hung.